Hello everyone and welcome back. So today being 5th of November 2025, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the court. You guys know that yesterday Justice Omotoshe gave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till today to enter his defense or he will lose the case, right? So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still maintain his position that there is no valid charge against him to warrant his being called to enter defense, right? So look at what happened today. At the resumed hearing on Wednesday, Justice Omotoshe said it was his duty as a judge in the case to accord the defendant sufficient opportunity to put his defense. The judge spoke while ruling on application by the prosecuting lawyer, Awomolo San, that the court should foreclose Kanu, who failed to enter his defense while having spent 5 out of his 6 days the court allocated to him to conduct his defense. Awomolo had noted that the court had on Tuesday adjourned to Wednesday for Kanu to enter a defense in his trial or be deemed to have waived his right to do so. He further noted that at the resumption of the proceedings on Wednesday, Kanu still declined to open his defense as ordered by the court. Awomolo urged the court to take note of the defendant's position that he would not enter any defense because there is no valid charge against him. He then prayed the court to foreclose the defendant and adjourn for judgment. Earlier, Kanu, who represented himself, addressed the court from the dock. He maintained his position that there is no valid charge against him to warrant his being called to enter a defense. So court now adjourned the case till 7th of November as Omotoshe insists that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must open his defense. But before I allow you guys to listen to Barrister Aloy Ejimakor and others, like what they said concerning what happened today in the court about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's matter, there is something Sowore said today concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's matter, which is very, very important for you guys to be aware of it, my people. And he said, for the abundance of doubts and to alert the public, it has become clear that a secret decision has been long reached within the Tinubu's regime regarding the fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The plan, devised through a high level of political conspiracy, is to either sentence him to death or condemn him to life imprisonment. This outcome, predetermined far in advance, is now being dressed up in the guise of judicial proceeding. Justice James Omotoshe is expected to conclude Kanu's trial by declaring that his refusal to open his defense amounts to an admission of guilt, a convenient interpretation designed to seal a verdict already agreed upon behind closed doors. The ruling is anticipated this November, a month that bears a haunting historical precedent, one of Nigeria's most haunting tragedies. It was in November 1995 that the military tribunal of General Sani Abacha sentenced Ken Saro-Wiwa and 8 other Ogoni activists to death, a sentence carried out with ruthless precision. Today, 3 decades later, Nigeria appears to be standing at the same moral crossroad. Only the year has changed. This is 2025, not 1995. But the machinery of repression greases on. The trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has ceased to be about justice. It is now a test of conscience for the Nigeria state and its citizens alike. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. So this is what Sowore said earlier today before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case started. It's like they saw this. This is the reason why they gave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu another chance, which is going to be on 7th of November to open his defense, which I believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will still maintain his position that he's not going to enter into any defense, because there's no law that warrants that, right? So under Sowore's post, Nigerians, they are reacting. Let's look at some of the reactions before we listen to Barrister Aloy Ejimakor. So this person said, no nation on earth that has fought 2 civil war ever remains the same. Sentencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to death or life imprisonment will create a war that Nigeria government will regret for generations to come. Don't play with fire and expect it not to get you burnt. And another person said, a chilling echo of history repeating itself in the shadow of power. The prospect that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's fate may have been sealed long before a word was spoken in court is a haunting reminder of how justice can be manipulated to serve political ends. November, a month already stands by the execution of Kensaro Wiwa and other Egoni 9, now threatening to bear witness again to the crushing of voice that dare to speak for his people. When vendettes are predetermined and the court become instruments of power, the very idea of justice dies, leaving a nation to mourn not only the innocent, but the integrity of its soul. The whole indigenous of Southeast must stand in unison. Should such verdict pass, both governors down to councillors must put down their office and demand exit to Nigeria, because such humiliation will hurt you all forever. And this person said, many of us don't understand why he has chosen not to enter his defense, but it makes me wonder if he is being pressured to enter his defense for his own reasons. Can we really say the same government and judges are fair to allow peace deal with terrorists who have killed thousands and allow those who defend these terrorists as human beings, even their funders, to work freely? And another person said, if Nnamdi Kanu was from the north, they would have called it reconciliation. Because he is Igbo, they called it treason. And this person said, if this actually happens, that means something isn't going to be right anymore in Nigeria. Let them have this in mind. This man doesn't deserve to die in the custody of DSS, because this isn't just about him alone, it is about Ndi Igbo at large. And this person said, they are talking about negotiation with bandits and terrorists, but are thinking of sentence to death or condemn him to life imprisonment. We have spoken about dialogue and political solution to him, but it seems it's not in their options. We are watching. The world is watching. Exactly, my people. Before Sowore can come out and say something like this, you guys know that Sowore is kind of an insider, right? He knows like a lot of things that are going on in Nigeria. So Igbos should take this serious, honestly. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also know all these things. This is the reason why he refused to enter defense. Look at how they are forcing him to enter defense, because they have already planned what they want to do. But the world is watching. My people, the world is watching. Let Nigeria government do their worst. Let me allow you guys to listen and hear what Barrister Aloy Ejimakor and others have to say concerning what happened today in the court about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's matter. Please do well to subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on the post notification bell on. It is very, very important, so that anytime I upload a new video, YouTube will notify you. Share the video, give it a like, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for doing so.
Because it has been great.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, we have we have concluded today's hearing in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the crowning glory of it was that he put up a very good defense of himself, even though he was concentrating on the objections raised to the jurisdiction of the court. On that note, the court adjourned for further hearing to 7th of November, when the court expects that he would enter his full defense. Well, having said that, I know a lot of people have raised questions and eyebrows about the propriety of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu representing himself. It is his decision to make. He has the right under the Constitution to defend himself, and this case being politically charged, I think the idea or the notion that this is a normal criminal case has to be dispensed with. This is a normal criminal case at all. If you want to understand the complexity of this case and the true political dimensions to it, you think of the case of Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, or Bafemi Awolowo, Mahatma Gandhi. These cases were all politically tinged cases masquerading as criminal prosecutions. And these great men I mentioned, at some point in their struggle, at some point in their travail imposed on them by the state, they took the podium and defended themselves. So a politically charged case often comes with some unusual dimensions like this. So because, why? The reason is simple. Lawyers are restricted to very narrow wiggle room when they are doing a case. And that narrow wiggle room can be inimical, can be prejudicial to the interest of the client when the case has a political dimension to it. That thing needs to be out there. That limitation we have is not expected of the defendant himself. So a lot of times, the defendant himself will make the best defense of his case at that very point in time. That does not obviate the fact that the presence of a lawyer in a case is always better. But in certain circumstances, there are exceptions, and the exception is, this one is one of the major exceptions. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my lord has adjourned the matter to 7th of July, 7th of November, for the Mazi to open his defense, or he will foreclose his right of defense. So we are going back to the drawing board, go back to office, look at it, and offer our advice as consultants. But having said that, the issue of talking to the press also came up, and we said no. Right to address the press is a fundamental right, because once we fail to address the press and tell the press the real position of things, they may go about report, especially those of them who don't have the opportunity of coming inside the court. They may go and report another thing. So the court say that we have a right to exercise to address the press, which the prosecution has confirmed. But he said that we should do it in line with the law, just like as I'm doing it now. I just reported what happened in court, not prejudicing what is happening, what is going to happen. And I believe that just like every other person, we are calling Mr. President to discontinue this trial. It's embarrassing Nigeria the more. Thank you and God bless you.
Welcome to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu TV.